What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today we'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for our Alibaba Group holdings with the ticker symbol BABA. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So here we have Alibaba on the daily chart, and you can see that I did my analysis last week Friday. Price is trading around 78.43, and what do you know? Today we're about the same price level as last week Friday, so not much has changed. Price is just consolidating for the past several days now, and I could represent that with probably a red looking range. So let's go and make that red. So you see this red range, price is just trading sideways. It's finding support at the 77.70, but not able to surpass the $80 level. So just a sideways trading. I was a little bit more bearish than bullish in last week because we were below this downward trend line. But since we're starting to trade sideways and we're kind of getting outside of it, it's not looking that bearish as much as it was. So we did see a break of this downward trend line, which is a good sign. However, we did break the bullish trend line as well. So we'll see which one will hold. As right now, none of them are in play that well, and we're just seeing a consolidation above this orange range and above on the bottom side of this big yellow range. So we're at support. Price broke outside of that orange range. It pulled back to it to test it for support, so that's a good sign. And we got back inside that yellow range, and we're testing it for support as well. So this could be a higher low on a higher time frame. So a higher low is when price makes a large move up, it comes back down, but the down move is still above the prior low, and then that could lead to a large move higher, something like this, a higher low. So you see a lot of swings inside of this price action, but on a higher time frame, it would just look like this, a higher low. So let me show you guys that on the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, you can see that it's just a strong move up, a drop, and then it's looking like we can see another follow through. So it could be setting up for a higher low, especially because we haven't dropped below that $77 level. That was $77.70. That was prior resistance, so that's a good sign. So we'll have to wait and see. We're still below that EMA, and we're still kind of struggling to push up higher. But it's not really bullish or bearish, you could say, because price is not really going up and it's not really going down. In the past, it was bullish and also bearish, and now we're just neutral. So in the short term, it's neutral, but overall, it's still kind of bullish because it could set up for a higher low situation. As long as we stay above the $77 level, it's looking pretty good. If we break inside that orange range, that's a very bad sign. We would have to immediately recover a drop. It could be a fail breakout, which is fine, something like that, and then immediately reverse. But you don't want to see price get back in here and spend a lot of time. Most likely it's going to take back this entire impulse right here and come back down to that low point over here. So as of right now, still neutral short term, but it could set up for something pretty bullish in the coming days and weeks. So that's all I have for Bob on the daily and weekly charts. And let's take a look, or on the daily chart, let's take a look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart shows that price was in a bear market, and then it started trading sideways, hit the prior low at the 57, strong move up, a correction, broke that downward trend line, and we're staying above the orange range, which is a good sign, and staying inside that yellow range, which is also a good sign. So we'll see what happens. Let's see if this continues to push up higher. Right now, traders are just waiting to see a setup to enter. That's why we're seeing this indecision occur. Traders are just staying out of the market. Then the bears are staying out of the market. The bulls are staying out of the market. Well, the most of them, or the big money, you could say. And they're waiting to see what happens right here. And then once we have a clear direction, you'll see the strong move in the up or down direction. But as right now, it could be setting up for a strong move higher, because on the weekly chart, we are staying above that EMA, which is a good sign. So overall, neutral in the short term, but overall bullish looking in the macro sense. So it's overall still holding on. I was a little bit bearish because we were below that trend line. I didn't think it was going to hold at that $77 level, but since we're still holding, it's still looking pretty good to the upside. So like I said before, we could be setting up for a higher low situation, or we just bounce off of this level right here and do something like that. And if that takes price higher, where are we going to go? Well, we can do a measure move target, and this was the prior impulse. If we make another impulse in the future, this would be a good estimate, and that would take price to triple digits, probably the $100 level, which coincides with the dashed line of this yellow range, which was resistance in the past. So everything lines up pretty good, especially if this is the bottom where we are right now. It takes us right to the dashed line, or the median level of the range, and that's where prior resistance was as well. So everything works out pretty well. Let's see what happens. As right now, somewhat neutral in the short term, but it's still looking a little bit of bullishness in the long term. So I'll have for Bob on the daily, weekly charts. Most likely, I'll give you guys an update this week, Friday. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.